The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
A live look inside Fred Rust Arena for another edition of Delaware Hockey Night. First of a weekend set between the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks and the Delaware Blue Hens. Coming to you live from the campus of the University of Delaware. The Delaware Blue Hens looking to snap a 7-game losing skid. IUP coming in to Fred Rust Arena, currently 15-1-0. Good afternoon, good evening, I suppose it is, to you all. James Witherite joining you from high atop the stands here at Fred Rust Arena in advance of the first half of a Delaware Hockey Night doubleheader on this Friday. The men's Division II team will take on Army in their lone home game of the weekend. But first, the Hawks and the Hens squaring off in this non-conference event for both teams. Delaware 8-11-1 right now, looking to bounce back from a 7-game losing streak, as we mentioned. The Crimson Hawks, though, tough customers in their own right. Granted, the ESCHL, Delaware's conference, overall with higher average rankings than the CHMA, the Crimson Hawks conference, but IUP 15-1-0, the kingpins of the Mid-America Conference. And without further ado, we'll take you inside our Limestone Pension Associates pregame report, a look at the line chart for IUP. Coached by Joe Honzo. Depth, the name of the game for the Crimson Hawks. First appearance of the year for Zach Kutch, fifth-year player. A 2,000 flanked by a pair of point-a-game forwards in Jordan Adams and Trent London. Center of the second line, Dominic Glavich leads this team 2 point-a-game forward, 10 goals, 22 assists. And a look at him during warm-ups. As we get a little bit of the elevator music, too, from during the pause. Backing him up, there's a look at Glavich, who will be flanked by Jace Rearick and Shane Miller. So we're looking at 5 point-a-game players on this IUP side. Jared Stahl will get the call between the pipes. The Texas native, 7-1-0 on the year with a .263 goals against average and a save percentage of .917. On the other side of the blue line, Hens with some depth of their own and stealthy contribution from Riley Donor, product of the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. And right now, contributing 9 assists to this point in the season in 18 games played. Solid production from this first-year Blue Hen. He'll be alongside Will Gould in the second defensive pair. Between the two of them, they've got themselves a point a game. Jake Nema will center the top combination with Ryan Rodriguez leading scorer, 14 goals, 11 assists for Delaware. And Brian Ostrander, the grad student from Rockaway Beach, New Jersey, 5 goals, 6 assists for him on the year. So plenty of production in that top grouping. Luke Dosen joining Ryan Luppy and Dominic Guido, who is second in goals with 12 on the season. In the second line, Shane Straubinger and Ivan Sidoriak will handle starting defensive duties. And Jacob Snellenberg at 5-6-1 gets the nod between the pipes for the Blue Hens. Second-year player with a .393 goals against average and a save percentage of .902. Saving for retirement, not something that just happens overnight, dear friends. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more about what they can do for your firm at limestonepension.net. And, of course, it's all brought to you by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation cases and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. When we come back, The Blue Hens and the Crimson Hawks will meet in the first half of a weekend series, and it's all coming your way live on Delaware Hockey Night. Streaming live in full high definition at dehockeynight.com. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. A fresh sheet of ice has been laid here at the University of Delaware, and the Blue Hens looking to put a 7-game losing streak to bed. But they've got the 15-1-0 IUP Crimson Hawks to try to tackle. Jacob Snellenberg, there he is, getting the start between the pipes for the Hens. 5-6-1 with a .393 goals against average and a save percentage of .902 on the season. We await the arrival of the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks. As videographer Josie Billett gives us a look across the far side of Fred Rust Arena. And here are the Hawks, clad in their away black sweaters. They'll be backstopped by Jared Stahl tonight. 7-1 with a .263 goals against average and a save percentage of .917. It's that time. Let's take you inside the glass for tonight's opening introductions. Hockey fans, good evening and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The American Collegiate Hockey Association presents this evening's men's Division I matchup between the visiting Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Here are tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting IUP Crimson Hawks, coached by Joe Hanzo. Starting in goal, from Plano, Texas, number 31, Jared Stahl. On defense from New Cumberland, Pennsylvania, number 74, Zach Soy. And from North Olmsted, Ohio, number 71, Sean Donovan. Starting at left wing from Erie, Pennsylvania, number 5, Jordan Adams. At right wing from Murraysville, Pennsylvania, number 67, Trent London. And starting at center, number 20, Zach Kutch. Blue Hen Nation, it's that time. For the first time in 2023, let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal from Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. At left wing from Kenilworth, New Jersey, number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. At right wing from Rockaway Beach, New Jersey, number 26, Brian Ostrander. At center from Allentown, Pennsylvania, number 25, Jake Nema. On defense from Ringwood, New Jersey, number 12, Shane Straubinger. And from Wilmington, Delaware, captain number 20, Ivan Sertoriak. Your Blue Hens are coached by Todd Middlemeyer and Jason Bay. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Rich Jondo and Brent Kendall, and linesmen Sam Chauvin and John Poling. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's time to play hockey at Fred Rust Arena. First period face-off, as per usual, brought to you by First State Ice Hockey, committed to building the next generation of youth hockey players in and around Delaware under the philosophy of one state, one goal. Learn more about their classes, their clinics, their growing summer tournament program by visiting firststateicehockey.com. Sammy Chauvin will have the opening face-off tonight. IUP and their away Blacks moving right to left in first period play. Delaware in their home whites. Moving from left to right, Jake Nema in for the draw, and off we go. The Friday first. Nema pressing forward. Ostrander crashes the net, gets a shot away from close range, easily sticked away by Stahl. And this is brought out of Hawks territory by Jordan Adams. He puts on the brakes at center, floats the puck in behind the Delaware net. Straubinger leaves it to Ostrander. Adams steps up on the forecheck and finds Zach Kutch behind the cage. Kutch stick handles to try to generate a shot lane. He's kept to the near wall by the other number 20, Ivan Sidoriak. Ostrander muscles this puck free. Adams gets it right back for the Hawks, but he gives it away again to Sidoriak, who hits Jake Nema with a cross-ice feed. Nema kept by Soy in the far corner. Lost his footing and lost the puck along with it. Luke Dosen preserves for the Blue Hens as we work our way to the conclusion of the first minute of action here from Fred Rust Arena. A special hello to everyone joining us on Delaware Hockey Night, streaming in full high definition here in 2023. Luppy to Dosen in the far corner, double teamed. That puck swatted out of his reach, but not clear off the stick of Kutch, who's been out now for 80 seconds. Hawks finally able to work in a change after that flurry of activity in their zone first shift, about 85 seconds for IUP. And now we see their second combination coming on. Schopfer trying to set one up net front. Jace Rierick on with Dominic Glavich and Shane Miller right now. All of them averaging over a point a game. Here comes Luppy the other way. Luppy absorbs a Schopfer hip check in the near corner. He floats the puck behind the goal. Out to Miller, working the far corner. Dosen keeps the heat on there. Schopfer up the middle, couldn't connect. That puck batted down by Will Gould over the center logo here at Fred Rust Arena. And Riley Donor, who we talked about during the Limestone Pension Associates pregame report, sends play back up ice for the white-clad Blue Hens. Daniel Berg Pinched to the corner by Schopfer, holding close to home on D. Berg reunited with the puck in the far corner. Sets up Meckel. Net front feed to Nathan Reichel. Couldn't jam one in the near corner. He was canceled out at the edge of the blue paint by Dixon. 2-on-2 rush the other way for the Hawks. Jace Rierick was slowed up on his way in to the Delaware zone, and Jay Luce lofts this puck out of play with 2 minutes and 35 seconds gone in the first period. Face-off will be to Snellenberg's right. Cody Diaz and Chase Malloy line up for the draw. This signaled a false start. So Diaz and Malloy will try again. This draw clean without the encroachment, won by Cody Diaz, advanced by Berg to Meckel. He muscles his way to center. Maddox Rierick had him slowed up on the way through. First time we're seeing the third line for IUP, Jay Luce. Fans on the vulcanized rubber trying to hold the left point. That opens the door for Maddox Rierick to come barreling into Delaware territory, but Jay Luce on the back check plays the body on him and separates him from the puck behind the cage. Joey DiTullio tries to walk through the slot. Meckel intercepts the puck. He can't clear it. Snellenberg falls on the puck net front with 16:50 to go in the first period, and the faceoff will come out to Snellenberg's right. Alex Infanger in for the faceoff across from Malloy. Infanger, first year Blue Hen. 7 games played, yet to get on the score sheet. He's alongside Trevor Early and Chris Heitzhaus, who got his first of the year in December. In a clip that went, well, as viral as they do in the world of ACHA social media, courtesy our good friends at the Hockey House. Mackenzie Murphy and the rest of the Hockey House crew doing great things to tell the stories of non-varsity collegiate hockey. Gould in the far corner. Leaves this puck to Rodriguez. It comes back to Will Gould. Back behind the cage, Sidoriak will play it up the near side to Ostrander. Thrown over the blue line by Rodriguez, but outnumbered in the IUP zone. Rodriguez tries to maintain some forechecking pressure. This puck is tipped into the IUP bench and out of play. Rodriguez and Winsky in the far face-off circle to the right of Jared Stahl, who's only seen one shot on goal to this point. Fetzer's able to break free. Drop pass intended for Wild trailing the play was broken up amid a stout Delaware back check. Hens trying to capitalize on the mismatch, their first line against IUP's fourth. That mismatch is no more. Fetzer plays the body on Ostrander. Guido can't emerge with the puck from below the goal. And Donovan works this up the left wing boards to Fetzer on further to Trent London as the top combination for IUP cycles in. Guido back the other way. Drop pass, Luke Dosen shot through traffic, kicked aside by Stahl. Rebound was contested below the IUP goal and Schopfer emerged. He lofts this up ice as far as the Delaware blue line where Christian Brunel carries the puck across neutral territory along the far dashers. He dumps it back in behind the Hawks goal where Schopfer is hassled further by Dosen. Net front setup. Luppy didn't have the angle he had hoped on the doorstep. Couldn't get a clean shot away, and Brunel recovers for the Hens after Adams lofted that puck out of harm's way. We're working our way to the 6-minute mark of the first period of a scoreless hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. Long shot came from Zach Kutch, blockered down by Snellenberg from 60 feet away. And the Hens again clear. 2-on-1. Meckel, shot, saved by Stahl. Adams couldn't generate a strong counterattack as both Straubinger and Sidoriak were there with him. Delaware whistled offside 6 minutes and 13 seconds into first period play. Delaware Hockey Night brought to you by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation cases and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. Heather A. Long, presenting sponsor of Delaware Hockey Night here in the 2022-23 season. Shane Miller bulldozes forward. Drop pass leads to an Aiden Seitz shot from center point, which was steered wide near side by Snellenberg. This is an icing against the Hawks. Jake Nema coming in for the attacking zone faceoff across from IUP's leading scorer, Dominic Glavich. Glavich victorious over the dot. Icing waved off the other way by Johnny Poling. Puck was tipped into the Delaware end by a Blue Hen player. Nema clears the zone, taking a high shoulder check from the 6'4", 220 imposing force of Blake Sinicki. Hit looked a lot worse than it actually was. Can't fault Blake for being 6'4", towering a nearly half a foot over Nema. Rodriguez turning, shot marked by Sinicki, sailed wide. Gould across the line to Donor. He floats one in and it's waved off. No goal. High stick on the puck, net front, says Rich Jondo. And we're going to take another look at this, just to be sure. Rich Jondo waved that off, saying the puck was contacted by a high stick. And Coach Todd Mittelmeyer seems to think otherwise. Does this go the whole way down? Faceoff comes outside. And as the sounds of Huey Lewis in the news is it's all right. Grace the throngs in attendance at Fred Rust Arena. The Crimson Hawks build up some momentum, working in right to left to Delaware territory. We've hit 8 minutes in the first period, with that Delaware goal waved off and now an icing. Momentum is shifting into the Hawks' favor, and they'll set up for an attacking zone faceoff. Guido and Malloy over the dot. Seitz maintains the zone, caroms the puck low. Gould recovers for Delaware, and this is cleared by Heitzhaus, celebrating his 21st birthday here tonight. Dosen with an effective forecheck stole the puck from Donovan, taken back the other way. Delayed penalty coming up against Delaware. trashcancleaning.com. Hens clear off the draw. Delaware penalty assessed to number 15, Luke Dosen. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 8 minutes 39 seconds in the first period. Dosen minor for slashing at 8:39. Sidoriak, Straubinger, Meckel, and Infanger. The four on this Hens penalty kill is Dominic Glavich. As we mentioned during pregame, the native of Indiana, Pennsylvania, averaging 2 points a game to this point in the season. Meckel, time and space, lost his angle as Jace Rierick hustled back to drive him toward the corner. And again, the Hens recover behind their own goal. Puck volleyed by Gould. The length of the ice. We're halfway through the Dosen penalty, nearly halfway through the first period. That Delaware goal waved off. Ruled played into the net by a high stick. Jordan Adams streaks up the left wing boards. He's kept wide by Gould on his way into the Blue Hens' end. He circles the perimeter of the zone. Adams surveys his options, takes a long shot from center point. It takes a hop from 12 feet away from Snellenberg into the near corner. Gould tries to clear, but he sends this puck into the Delaware bench and out of play. Faceoff's going to stay inside. With 9:41 to go in the first period, 20 seconds left on the Dosen penalty. Diaz and DeTulio meeting at the far dot of the Delaware zone. Hens cleared, DeTulio back in up the middle, hacked at by Diaz. And that Hawks attack is stunted. Centering pass to London this time from DeTulio, mishandled as he was marked in the mid-slot by Rodriguez. Hens back to full strength. Rodriguez gets a shot away. It was just wide. It ends up in the glove of Jared Stahl for a pause in play with 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go in opening period action. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Nine minutes to go in the first period. Here at Fred Rust Arena. Scoreless hockey game between the Crimson Hawks and the Blue Hens, and Jay Luce hits Ostrander with a cross-ice pass to head the re-entry for the Delaware side. Ostrander ricochets the puck off the far corner boards, couldn't connect with Guido, and this is rifled clear by Wild. 2-on-1 inside the dots, close-up shot from Jacob Fetzer, steered up into the netting. Snellenberg comes up with the follow-up save as well. Around it comes to Sinicki, thrown in from the left point. 3 IUP shots in this rush, 8:15 to go in the first, and now the Hens take some heat out of a hot kitchen as Guido finds Luppy on a cross-ice pass to enter the IUP zone. Meckel takes aim, stick checked on his shot from 25 feet, so that one wobbles wide. Meckel in the slot, pickpocketed by Glavich, who clears. Sidoriak intercepts the breakout pass intended for Jace Rierick, and in come the Hens again with just under 8 to go in the first. Reichel bulldozes toward the cage. Meckel boxing out net front. Couldn't get stick on puck at the edge of the crease. Infanger sets up a centering feed to Pat Meckel, but it ends up right on the skates of Aiden Seitz, who drives play to the far wall. Reichel hustles back to the point to maintain the zone, at least briefly so. Sidoriak recovers, but the zone had been lost, so a delayed offside gave IUP effectively a free pass. This turned back by Infanger to Malloy. Cross ice feed to Zach Soy, slowed up at center by the body of the Buffalonian birthday boy, Chris Heitzhaus. How's that for alliteration? Trevor Early gains the zone for the Hens, but a puck out of play in front of the IUP bench gives us a break in the action with 6:59 to go in the first period, and no score to this point. Face-off will be just above the line. And the Hens led by the Iron Man, Cody Diaz from Foundry City, Neenah, Wisconsin. Charge back in to the Hawks zone. Long shot from Donor at the left point was blocked and directed into the near corner. Gould working low. Rolls the puck to Diaz directly behind the cage. This is cleared by Maddox Rierick. DeTulio sets up Rierick again, cutting through the slot high in the Delaware zone, but Gould stripped the puck from him. Rodriguez clears, and the volley back from Donovan goes over the glass and out. Daniel Berg held the blue line for the Hens after Nima was overpowered in the neutral zone faceoff. Berg couldn't stretch one ahead to Rodriguez. There's no icing here. Mackenzie Schopfer back to recover for the Hawks, only briefly so. Penalty coming up, it will be against IUP. There's possession and control established with 5:46 to go in the first period. And Jordan Adams is going to take a seat for tripping. Primo power play coming Delaware's way. With 5:46 to go in first period play. IUP penalty assessed to number 5, Jordan Adams. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 14 seconds in the first period. Adams, 2 for tripping at 14:14. Hens hold the zone off the face-off to the right of Jared Stahl, who's only seen 3 shots on goal here in the first period. Make it a 4th. That one got through. Follow-up chance. Luppy couldn't connect on the doorstep. As Stahl comes up with a couple key saves. Sidoriak tries to line another one up from the point to no avail. This ricochets to Guido at the half wall. Guido kept below the goal by Schopfer. Tried to set up Nima right between the train tracks, but that puck sails up ice where Snellenberg steadies. Sidoriak recovers. And the Hens change up, at least up front. 52 seconds to go on the Adams tripping minor. Dosen, Ostrander, Diaz, Rodriguez, Donor. The second power play wave for Delaware. One-timer from Rodriguez on the welcome mat, high and wide. Diaz's follow-up goes offline, and Stahl kicks this, or rather kicks the frame of the goal out of position with 4:17 to go in the first period. A half minute left on the power play clock, and another face-off. To Stahl's right. Rodriguez up high to Donor. Rodriguez through traffic, shot was blocked. Dosen couldn't bring down the rebound. Diaz, dot-to-dot feed. Rodriguez again gets one through this time, but a pad save from Stahl was the result. 6 shots, 6 saves for both netminders. Final 10 seconds of the Adams penalty. Dosen walks the goal line. Rodriguez canceled out net front by a sea of black and crimson. Diaz with a hard wrister from the right dot off the cross slot pass. That one was tipped high and away by Stahl for save number 7. 3:26 to go in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game. Donor launches this puck up the left wing, or the right wing boards rather. Early tips it deep into the IUP zone. Heitzhaus couldn't connect with Brunel diagonally across the zone, and so Christian Brunel, 6'4", 230 defenseman, also a product of Jerry Domish's Philadelphia Junior Flyers, is forced back to his own line. Infanger, no! Brent Kendall says no goal here with 2:53 to go. The net was dislodged. We'll look at it again. When Stahl crossed from post to post, he dislodged the near post of the net. And Brent Kendall whistled play to a halt. Face-off comes to the right. From our perspective, to the left of Stahl, who saved 7 of 7 shots on goal, make it 8 of 8. Icing waved off on the long, clear, good hustle from Adams to win the race over Brunel to the Delaware goal line. Centering pass from the far corner, bounced off Adams' stick, but he couldn't control the puck with Jay Luce bulldozing toward him in the low slot. Net front giveaway, couple quick shots. Trent London with the first of them denied by the stick of Jacob Snellenberg. We're even up 8-8 in the shot department now as Guido and Luce pursue a loose puck in the Delaware zone. It's chipped by Guido behind his back to Nathan Reichel, who floats this clear up the left wing boards. And this will come back an icing with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go in opening period play. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open for takeaway lunch Monday through Saturday, or place your catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. You can call 302-439-4937 as well. Close-up shot off the Meckel giveaway. Glavich looking for his 11th of the year, denied by Snellenberg. Strawbinger had time to recover that puck behind the Delaware goal. He played it below to Sidoriak, and now Nima, knocked off his feet from astern by Jace Rierick, drives it into the IUP end. Odd man rush for the Hawks. Cross ice feed to Rierick, drop pass, results in 2 shots from Glavich, both saved by Snellenberg, and a net front scrum. Nearly boiling over. Couple quick Snellenberg saves. Puck did end up over the goal line, but Play was whistled dead, and goalie interference, crease violation, any number of things. Ruled by Messrs. John Doe and Kendall. Brent Kendall, native of Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Well-esteemed official in the area, and of course Rich John Doe. For those of you who follow the American Hockey League and the East Coast Hockey League, well, I guess it's called the ECHL now. Active in the middle to upper ranks of professional hockey. As an official, and we've got a penalty shot awarded to Dominic Glavich. Penalty shot awarded to Dominic Glavich. And Snellenberg makes the save. Glavich in, we just caught the tail end of that. Tried to jam one into the near corner, but ultimately to no avail with a minute and 11 seconds to go in the first period. And Guido muscles forward for Delaware out of harm's way. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. This is Maddox Rurick up the middle. He beat Gould. The net was dislodged, and Brent Kendall calls holding. Where does this one go? Gould's going to head off for holding. And a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Comes up for the Hens at 19-12. In the first period. Delaware penalty assessed to number 9, Will Gould. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 12 seconds in the first period. Gould, 2 for holding at 19-12. Final half minute of the first period. Hens trying to keep it scoreless. To the intermission. Another hold signal, this one going the other way. As IUP's Blake Sinicki takes a seat with 21.3 seconds officially to go. In the frame. IUP penalty assessed to number 39, Blake Sinicki. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 38 seconds in the second period. Sinicki, 2 for holding at 19:38. At the end of one period, the score, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, Crimson Hawks 0, Delaware Blue Hens 0. We'll be back on Delaware Hockey Night after the first intermission. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
Watching the game or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's, made only with the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. 20 minutes of scoreless hockey behind us. 11 saves from Jacob Snellenberg for Delaware, 8 from Jared Stahl for IUP. And probably the most significant of those 11 Snellenberg saves came on the penalty shot that was awarded to Dominic Glavich in the penultimate minute of the first period. Snellenberg sealing off the near corner of the Delaware goal to deny Glavich on the penalty shot. Shots on goal, 11-8 in the first period. We'll start the second 4-on-4. As Will Gould, with 48 seconds to go in the first period, was issued a holding minor, followed 26 seconds later by Blake Sinicki of the IUP Crimson Hawks. So we'll get going 4-on-4, lots of open ice. To get second period action underway, it's brought to you by the Hooper family, longtime supporters of University of Delaware Blue Hens hockey and of today's coverage. Of the Delaware Men's Division I team taking on IUP. Correction, we're 4-on-3 as Riley Donor was issued a slashing penalty at the conclusion of the first period on the Delaware side. Delaware penalty was issued to number 18, Riley Donor, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of that penalty, 20 minutes in the first period. Donor 2 for slashing at 20 minutes in the first period. So the Hens are back on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill, 4-on-3. We just got word of that Donor penalty as it wasn't posted on the board. One-timer from center point and Sean Donovan, directed to the near corner by Snellenberg. There, the follow-up from Glavich is blocked on its way in. A minute gone in the second period. Glavich with a blocked shot from the right dot, and off Straubinger's skate, this puck skitters back to Donovan inside the IUP zone. 4-on-4 for 20 seconds now as the Gould penalty is expired. Centering pass from London, blocked down by a hard Infanger stick. Cross ice feed, sails past Meckel, ricochets off the far board. Zach Soy turns it back behind the goal. Schopfer up the middle, comes Adams off the headman pass in the neutral zone. 15 seconds of shorthanded play now for Delaware after the Sinicki penalty reached its expiration. Another long shot turned aside by Snellenberg. Schopfer faked the slapper from the right point. Cross ice pass, now Schopfer again taking aim off the setup from Soy. Snellenberg with save number 14, and the Hens are back to full strength. Zach Soy throws a shot in from the left half wall. Snellenberg with the glove save and the hold. Zach Kutch and Jake Nema, top centers, squared off to the right of Snellenberg. Nima pursues a puck up ice. This will come back an icing with 17:37 to go in the second period. Faceoff will be spotted to Snellenberg's left. Won by Nima. Stahl out of the cage, swats this puck beyond Nima's reach, and we've got an icing the other way now. The Hawks will surrender a faceoff in their end with 17:24 to go in second period play. Nima and Kutch again. And the first goal of the game! .239 into the second period, and Brian Ostrander lights the lamp. Right off the draw. Brian Ostrander with his 6th of the year from Jake Nima. And it's 1-0 Delaware. Delaware goal! His 6th of the season. Scored by number 26, Brian Ostrander. Assisted by number 25, Jake Nima. Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 39 seconds. In the second period, Ostrander's 6th from Nima at 2:39. Meckel looking for another, couldn't connect with Reichel on the drop pass at the top of the near circle, and DeTulio muscles the puck the other way. He leaves it across ice to Maddox Rurik, whose shot from the top of the right circle is stick checked up into the netting and out of play with 3 minutes and 40 seconds having gone by in the second period. And the Delaware Blue Hens with something they haven't had in a good long while, and that is the lead. Face-off will be to Snellenberg's left. Connor Winsky on for the face-off for the Hawks. Across from Diaz for Delaware. Here's Diaz working the puck up the near wall, out Schopfer. Volleys it back in. Straubinger opposite side, couldn't connect with Meckel on the breakout feed. Icing is waved off. Loose with a backhand from 5 feet over the blue line. Sees that puck gloved down. Back into the Hen zone we go. Infanger to Heitzhaus. Heitzy's backhand. Gets the puck below the Crimson Hawks goal. This is pushed out by Wild. Recovered by Berg in the Delaware end with 5 minutes gone in the second period. And the Hens guilty of an icing. If you're like me, friends, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Puck thrown in from the corner. Stepping up to field the rebound was Jace Rierick, but his shot from near side goes up into the netting and out of play. Just beyond 5 minutes into the third period, Snellenberg records his 16th save. Ostrander couldn't hit Rodriguez on a cross-ice feed. Rodriguez 1-on-4. Angled by Seitz to the corner. Rodriguez stick handles below the goal to preserve Delaware's momentum. Shot from the point. Courtesy Will Gould goes wide. And Sinicki marches up ice for the Hawks. Drop pass to Shane Miller. Puck thrown net front. Snellenberg steps up to the edge of the crease. Nima to his aid. Works the puck well out of harm's way, and Rodriguez at the other end of the rink couldn't run the gauntlet between the train tracks on the IUP side. Donor lofts this up ice. Icing waved off as Donovan plays the puck up the near boards. It was cleared by Kutch. Hens change. Guido lofts the puck over Kutch's head into the far corner, where Soy feeds to Donovan, who hacks the puck free. Dosen taken down at the top of the near circle. This rolled by Guido behind the cage to Luppy, but Soy was there in plenty of time to intercept that attempted pass. Guido and Soy converge in the far corner. Dosen intercepts the breakout, but it's pushed on now by Trent London. London shouldered down, gets past Straubinger, tried to get a shot away from point blank range, but it was high and wide. Guido, Sidoriak takes aim right down the middle of Philadelphia Street, and that ricochets off the backboards. We had to get an Indiana reference in there somewhere. Philadelphia Street, St. Bernard of Clairvaux, the Coney. What a great town. Then again, growing up in Western Pennsylvania, we might be a little bit biased. Fisher Auditorium, anyone? Good times. If anyone coming to Fred Rust Arena on Saturday wants to bring some Meadows custard, we certainly wouldn't object. Snellenberg with the save on Maddox Rierick. Brings about a face-off to his right with 11:55 to go. In the second period, and a puck out of play over the IUP bench glass. Sam Chauvin restarts play to the right of Jacob Snellenberg. Trying to pave a way to the net for the Crimson Hawks was Joey DiTullio. Had the A on his sweater, couldn't quite make out the number. Snellenberg with his 18th save. Denying Chase Malloy. Infanger and Malloy on for the draw in the right circle. Donor stretches to Infanger. Shot from Height's house into the glove of Stahl. Nine minutes elapsed in the second period. Delaware with a 1-0 lead. Thanks to the Brian Ostrander goal, 2:39 into the second period. Ostrander's combination on again. Nima and Rodriguez complete the line. Gould and Donor holding down the back end. Ostrander converges with Donovan. At the far half wall. Hawks win the battle for the puck. It's set up ice where Snellenberg steadies. This is Will Gould working up the right wing board. Centering feed, Rodriguez. Tried to snipe one from close. But the last word belonged to Jared Stahl for save number 10 on 11 total shots. Looking ahead here today on Delaware Hockey Night, the Delaware Men's Division II team will take on Army in the second half of our doubleheader. That coming up at round about 9:15 p.m. Guido couldn't put one on a tee off his backhand for Luppy. Here's Connor Winsky the other direction, slowed up by his own man, Jacob Fetzer, holding the line before the entry. Ended up getting on in Winsky's way. 2-on-1, Guido's shot off the crossbar. And gone maybe into the rafters, I'm not sure. Started with a stretch pass. Guido. From the high slot with 9:52 to go in the second period. Bounced that off the iron. And out of play over the glass behind Stahl. Icing waved off. Adams won the race to the puck over Sidoriak. Threw it through the slot. Long shot came off the stick of Spencer Dixon, stepping up to the top of the left circle. Jacob Snellenberg's 20 for 20 tonight. Luke Dosen robbed on the doorstep by Stahl, and we'll see this one again. Another play starting from deep in the Delaware zone. Dosen 2-on-2. Looked snipe, but to no avail. Hawks push forward off the draw on their end. This shot from Trent London, directed high and away and out by Snellenberg. Face off to Snelly's left. as we know him in the room. Loose to Reichel, who lofts the puck through the rafters. Meckel, bodied away by Dixon. They converge on the vulcanized rubber right in front of the Delaware bench. Diaz slowed up in pursuit of the puck below the goal. The other Buffalo area native, Nathan Reichel, left it to Loose for a cannon from the left point, but it was wide. Reichel again. Dishes this behind his back to Diaz. Loose steps up, offering support for the puck. He absorbs a shoulder check in the near corner from Zach Kutch. First game of the 2022-23 season for Kutch after taking the autumn off. Meckel and Schopfer collide behind the IUP goal. Kutch clears, puck was tipped ahead by London from his own blue line. Donor back in the Hens zone recovers. Hens, 32 minutes into this game, struggling to build on their 1-0 advantage, thanks to the Ostrander goal 2:39 into the second. After killing off a 4-on-3, Hens shifted momentum in their favor. And that's when Ozzy struck, right when the iron was hot. Jay Loose with a shot. Tried to chase his own rebound down off the pads of Stahl, but to no avail there. Other way, Chase Malloy split the wickets, but his shot was wide of the far post. It rang hard off the backboards, where now Loose battles for position, and Malloy's going to get rung up as Early was bodied down behind the cage. 7:27 to go in the second period. Delaware with a 1-0 lead over IUP. And there's a new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers web and graphic design, social media consultation, public relations, writing and editing services, multimedia solutions like the broadcast you're watching right now, and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges. How do you like that? With the people you serve. Infanger offers the forechecking heat. Puck is cleared by Seitz. Gould tries to intercept. Crashing forward was Malloy, who failed to set DeTulio up net front for a close-up chance. Rodriguez the other way. Cross ice feed. Heitzhaus can't chase this down off the far half wall. Heitzhaus stays with the play, failing to connect with Infanger, and the Hens give up a 2-on-1. Keeping the shot for himself was Maddox Rierick in that tandem attack with DeTulio. Snellenberg with the last word with 6 minutes and change to go in the second. There's Maddox. Didn't get good contact on that shot at all. He was looking wrister. Flubbed the top of the puck, though. And that facilitated the easy save for Mr. Snellenberg. Miller's shot from right between the circles resulted in save 23. Rodriguez. Drop pass, Ostrander keeps it in. Net front feed, Rodriguez scores! Ryan Rodriguez on the give and go makes this a 2-0 Delaware hockey game. It was held in by Ostrander. Rodriguez on the welcome mat. Connects on the backdoor feed. And 13 minutes and 45 seconds into the second period. Delaware's doubled up. Strawbinger's going to get the secondary. A Delaware goal! His 15th of the season, scored by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Assisted by number 26, Brian Ostrander. And number 12, Shane Straubinger. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 45 seconds in the second period. Rodriguez's 15th from Ostrander and Straubinger at 13:45. Play halted in the IUP zone after the Hens crashed forward in search of a third. And Dominic Guido is on for the draw with Luppy and Dosen at his flanks. Five and change remaining in the second period. Hens, after the month-long break, starting to find their momentum. Guido from 45 took aim. Shot was wide of the far post. Sidoriak Dosen scores! How about that? 3 for Delaware in rapid fire succession, the last 2 anyway. And the Colorado, Luke Dosen, makes it a 3-0 hockey game. Sidoriak with what was the initial chance. And Dosen with a nose for the net. Capitalized on an open goal to make it 3-0 Delaware. Delaware goal, his 3rd of the season, scored by number 15, Luke Dosen. Assisted by number 20, Ivan Sidoriak. And number 17, Ryan Luppy. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 46 seconds in the second period. Dosen's 3rd from Sidoriak and Luppy at 14:46. A frozen puck under Snellenberg's glove leads to a face-off to his left. 4:07 to go in the second period. 2 goals in 61 seconds for the Blue Hens. Turned a 1-0 advantage now into 3. Can Heightshouse add to it? It'd be a hell of a birthday present if he can. Puck tipped by Early toward the cage. This covered up again by Stahl. Faceoff comes to his right. 4th line stays on for Delaware. Soy, after the puck was thrown in, played it up the far side. It comes right back in net front. Infanger was canceled out, though, by Evan Sela. This comes across ice to London off the stick of Adams. Wing-to-wing pass beyond center Kutch. Rodriguez the other side. Stick handles, Tried to set up Ostrander for a second tally in the low slot. Rodriguez fans on this setup from Ostrander, and the zone is cleared by London. Inside 3 minutes to go. Here in the second period, net front giveaway. Ostrander couldn't connect. Puck recovered by Sela. Adams dumps it into the Delaware zone for a change. Watching the game on Delaware Hockey Night or tailgating with friends at Fred Rust Arena? In either case, score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's, made only with the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your next party tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Long shot came from Schopfer, blocked in traffic. Mackenzie Schopfer chases down a puck sent across the slot, but Luppy takes it away. The feed to Dosen doesn't connect up the near wall. He and Dixon battle for a loose puck in the corner right in front of the main concourse entrance. And Brent Kendall signals a trip. This goes against Delaware. Or does it? No. It's going to go against the Crimson Hawks, Spencer Dixon. Minute 59 to go in the period, and the turkey's on the table for a Primo power play for the Blue Hens. IUP penalty assessed to number 43, Spencer Dixon. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 1 second in the second period. Dixon 2 for tripping at 18:01. Rodriguez to Donor, back to Ryan Rodriguez. It comes Donor, launches a puck in from center point, blocker to side by Stahl. Rodriguez below the cage to Ostrander. Donor holding center point. That puck blocked by Maddox Rierick, and Rierick's got himself a breakaway. Rierick scores. A shorthanded goal off the breakaway. Ends the shutout possibilities. Our videographer Josie Billett said Maddox Rierick with his 4th goal of the season got a shorty from Wawa, but our sponsors at Primo Hoagie's might not be so pleased with that. Especially with that goal going against Delaware on their power play. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. IUP goal, 4th of the season, scored by number 24, Maddox Rierick. Time of the unassisted shorthanded goal, 18 minutes, 54 seconds in the second period. Maddox Rierick, his 4th unassisted at 18:54. Shorthanded goal, no less. We're into the final 24 seconds now of the second. Gould and the Hens trying to get one back. Sidoriak with a cannon from long range. And the follow-up, Dominic Guido steps up. And it's 4-1. Boom! Just like that, the Hens connect on the Primo power play. Guido on the doorstep after Nima fishes out the rebound. Has made this 4-1 with 16 seconds to go in the period. And that will do it for the second. Delaware goal, his 13th of the season, scored by number 38, Dominic Guido. Assisted by number 25, Jake Nima. And number 20, Ivan Sidoriak. Time of the Primo power play goal, 19 minutes, 44 seconds. In the second period, Guido's 13th from Nima and Sidoriak at 19:44, a power play goal. The score through 2 periods, Delaware Blue Hens 4, IUP Crimson Hawks 1. We'll be back after the second intermission.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back into Delaware Hockey Night, presented by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. 4-1 Delaware through 40 minutes of action, and we'll give you a look at what's coming up for these men's Division I Blue Hens through the month of January. Tomorrow, IUP and the Hens meet again. That'll be here on Delaware Hockey Night. Hens travel to New York to take on Stony Brook next weekend, and then a 3-game homestand, 2 against Rhode Island on the 20th and 21st. That homestand wraps up against Drexel on January 27th before heading up to Class of 1923 Arena on the 28th of January to bring the home and home series to its conclusion. For home games, tickets are available online at udelhockey.com. Third period about to get underway. And off we go to kick off the final frame from Fred Rust Arena. Long shot to start the period, held on to by Snellenberg. Eight seconds in. Kutch earns attacking zone position for the Hawks, but Guido wins the draw to his left from our perspective. No icing here as Dosen won the race to the puck behind the IUP goal. Shots were 24-20 through 40 minutes of play. Hens beating Jared Stahl on 4 occasions. That .917 save percentage has certainly taken a hit. Here tonight on the big ice at Fred Rust Arena, Sidoriak with a chance, a net front feed from Guido. But from close up, Stahl made the stop on him. Jace Rierick, 13 goals, 13 assists, part of that second line tonight for IUP, consisting of a trio of point-a-game players. Rodriguez from close up, a stick save by Stahl, and after Ostrander got tied up with him in close, we've got a pause in action as ultimately Ostrander had to dislodge the net to get free. Face-off will come outside the line as Delaware was ruled the guilty party in the stoppage. Sam Chauvin spots it right in front of the press box. Nima and Glavich. In that confrontation, Nima comes right back, lays a shot on from long range. It was wide of the far post by a good 3 feet. Dominic Glavich, pinched by Berg to the near wall at the Delaware blue line, recovers the puck below the goal, caroms it up the far side, took an awkward bounce. Miller gave it away, and here comes Nima off the setup from Donor. The Hens change astern of Nima, who was a lone blue hen amid Crimson Hawks, at least momentarily. Two minutes gone in the third period of a 4-1 hockey game. Delaware asserting in that second period after the display of futility both sides in the first. If you're just joining us, James Witherite flying solo on the DHN airwaves here this evening, streaming in full high definition at dehockeynight.com. Josie Billett, our videographer, working behind the scenes this evening. Happy to have Josie as part of the DHN team for 2023. Jefferson J. Loose. Off his backhand, can't clear. tried to help the other 24 Maddox Rearick up after they collided. Rearick with a long shot, and the rebound was in. Now we'll get a look at this goal. Rebound put in by DeTulio. Making this now a 4-2 game. 3:03. Into the third period. IUP goal, 5th of the season. Scored by number 81, Joey DeTulio. Assisted by number 24, Maddox Rearick. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 3 seconds in the third period. DeTulio's 5th from Rearick at 3:03 in the third. Deliberation from the officials concerning the spotting of the face-off after the stoppage. It was ruled to remain inside the Delaware zone. But now Heitzhaus muscles his way up ice, lays a lob shot in from just inside the blue line. It's waffle boarded aside by Stahl, who stopped 19 of 23. His counterpart, Jacob Snellenberg, has had the upper hand on 25 of 27. Donor to Dosen, one of the 4 Delaware goal scorers tonight. Working through traffic the other way was Schopfer, 6'4" left-handed defenseman out of Connecticut. Shot from the corner was blocked. Dosen finds Guido up the near wall. Guido puts on the brakes to try to draw Fetzer out of position. He dumps the puck in where Dosen's tied up by a pair of Crimson Hawks, and now Luppe extracts the puck from the pack. To Will Gould up the right side, shot through, kick to the far corner by Stahl. This is worked clear by Richard Wild, who heads off for a change. The Hens working in some fresh legs as well. As we near the conclusion of the first 5 minutes of the third period, Delaware has seen their lead shrink, but only a little bit. They maintain a 4-2 advantage over IUP after Joey DeTulio from Mars, Pennsylvania. Got his 5th of the season. No shot on goal for Delaware just now, as play was offside at the time of the shot. Hens will get themselves an attacking zone faceoff, as the Crimson Hawks were guilty of an icing with 5.5 minutes gone in the third period. In comes Nima across from Kutch. Puck out of play. Off an IUP stick, the Hawks cannot change. Nima not victorious this time. Kutch had the upper hand in the faceoff circle. Sidoriak slows up the advance of Trent London. Here comes Nema back the other direction for Delaware. Nema pestered by Seitz at the near dashers. Had few options to further advance the puck. He gets it back in the far corner, now dishes it to Rodriguez, working below the goal. Richie Jondo had to duck to avoid contact from a hawk and a hen charging at him with a full head of steam. Adams clears. Strawbinger off the cross-ice feed intended for Trent London. Turns it back ahead to Rodriguez. Rodriguez slowed up on the doorstep by Seitz. Donor recovers at center, leaves it to Gould up the near side, who at the time had more space. Gould around the perimeter, flips the puck to Diaz. Give and go from Reichel results in a shot high and wide near side. Reichel unable to chase the puck down on the far corner. It was cleared by Jace Rearick off the Soy setup. Further up ice for Indiana, Dominic Glavich blew a tire right in front of the Delaware net. Couldn't get a shot away before that, though. And the Hens turn it back into Hawks territory as we have passed the 7-minute mark now of the third period. Delaware with a 4-2 lead over the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks. Reichel lost his footing of his own volition. Sweeping for the puck was Rearick at center, but never made contact with Reichel, so there's no trip here. An astute no call by the Nova Scotian Brent Kendall. Diaz with a shot, wide open net on the rebound. Couldn't get stick on puck the second time. A stoppage ruled with 12:16 to go. Looked to be a puck out of play. And now another discussion determining what is and what isn't. Play restarts quickly in front of the IUP bench. Unsure as to the reason for the stoppage, the Maddox Rearick shot from the top of the left circle was directed to the far corner by Snellenberg for save 26. Alex Infanger with time. Lofts this puck clear. It's batted down by Spencer Dixon's outstretched arm at center. Big wingspan for Dixon as well. The Alabaman with a 6'4" frame, and Snellenberg with save number 27. Denying Maddox Rearick again. Maddox, the younger of the Rearick brothers. He and Jace hail from Katanning, Pennsylvania, just west of Indiana on Highway 422. 45 minutes northeast of Pittsburgh for the uninitiated. Guido from the top of the right circle. Shot was kicked away by Stahl. Again to the far corner. Follow-up chance, scrum net front, backhand from Dosen came right back to him. Sidoriak not in position to receive the centering pass high from Guido, and the race is on for the puck back into the Delaware end. And the Hens will get rung up for holding. Ivan Sidoriak appears to be the guilty party. And he will take a seat with 10:48. To go in regulation, Delaware on a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Delaware penalty assessed to number 20, Ivan Sidoriak, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes 12 seconds in the third period. Sidoriak, 2 for holding at 9:12. This was offside. "19 seconds gone on the Sidoriak foul. Meckel comes in for the draw. Donor in the corner clears the puck and forces IUP to regroup in the neutral zone after Glavich won the faceoff. The back-checking Riley Donor gives it away to Miller. Glavich one-timer. Broken stick at the top of the right circle. And Gould clears. Berg and Straubinger take the places of Gould and Donor on the back end of this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill, which is halfway elapsed. Backhand shot on the doorstep. Tipped high and away by Snellenberg for stop number 28 on 30 total shots. Faceoff comes in to Snelly's right. Adams and Diaz. And we've got a false start. Second time is a go. Soy holds the left point after Berg failed to clear. DeTulio working low. Stick handles, chips the puck off the far boards where London sets up a cannon from center point off the stick of Sinicki. Net is dislodged behind Snellenberg after he makes the save. There's nothing All-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area, and is sure to turn your next event into one that is truly all-American in character. Stop into Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware for takeaway lunch Monday through Saturday, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. DeTulio with a net front set up. London rang one off the post from the left dot. Final 3 seconds of the Sidoriak penalty upon us as Nathan Reichel corrals a loose puck in the mid slot and walks up ice with it. Reichel's shot glanced off Stahl's pads into the far corner. Rodriguez taking a beating behind the cage. Lost the zone, but Brunel turned it back in up the near dashers. Nima pursues the puck in the mid slot. Rodriguez angled to the near corner. A battle for the puck develops there. This is lofted high and away by Sinicki. Loose over skates it midway in the Delaware zone. He's angled to the wall by London far side. Sweeping in to recover was Brian Ostrander for Delaware. Across to Jay Luce, 8 minutes to go in the third period. Hens clinging to a 4-2 lead over IUP. All 4 Delaware goals coming in the second period. Sela, net front, the chance further up from Fetzer was wide. Just missed the far corner, but only by a little bit. Net front chance from Zach Kutch was turned away by Snellenberg. Kutch again. Right on the doorstep, Connor Winsky canceled out by a host of Blue Hens. Ostrander can't bring down a bouncing puck that was thrown deep into the Delaware end by Seitz. Nima, after the stretch pass up the near dots, works it in deep and tries to come off for a change. Dosen leads the re-entry right in front of the IUP bench. Dosen's shot covered up and held for another pause in the action by Stahl. Next up tonight, around 9:15, the Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hens coming into tonight off a 4-game winning streak. Will face off against the Army Black Knights, and for those of you who are Pittsburgh Penguins fans, tuning in, we'll get to see the son of a former Pittsburgh Penguin taking the ice for Army, a name you might recognize if you were around during the 90s, Chris Tamer. So we'll see the second iteration of Chris Tamer in the second half of our Friday doubleheader. Straubinger throws the puck in from the center line. Play offside. Heitzhaus tags back up. Schopfer clears. Infanger recovers at his own line. Early can't bring down the puck at center. Dixon played the tangent to gain position and work the puck back into the Delaware end. Heitzhaus walking toward the net was stripped of the puck at the near dot by Zach Soy. Soy launches it in behind the Delaware cage after gaining center. The vulcanized rubber disc caroms in front of the Delaware bench where Straubinger lofted it away. Turned back by London at center. On the stick now of Kutch. Straubinger pins him to the near glass. 5:18 to go. The London shot just missed the far post. Malloy to Soy. Shot blocked from 35. Follow-up chance squared up for and turned aside by Snellenberg. Good for save number 33. Make that 32. It's late. It's only going to get later. And after the holiday break, we need to brush up on our arithmetic, it seems. Reichel puts on the brakes just inside the IUP line after he released the puck. Sinicki played the body on him. Reichel got a shot away, did lose his footing on his way in. Glove save by Jared Stahl brings us to a halt in the action with 4:35 to go in regulation. And Delaware's 2-goal lead with the passage of time getting a little bit more comfortable. Berg got one through for the 30th Delaware chance. Another frozen puck under Stahl's glove gives us a stoppage with 4:28 to go. Nima fanned on the puck over the face-off circle near side, and it was cleared out quickly by his counterpart for the Hawks, Glavich. Glavich off the centering pass from Rierick sees his shot denied by Snellenberg. Follow-up opportunity from Miller. Directed wide as well. Donor hobbles off the ice. Looked to be mildly injured on the play. Hobbled off on his own power, and he heads right to the bench. Good to see that he went to the bench as opposed to behind it. The alternative could have been much worse, certainly. Schopfer from behind the IUP goal. Sends this puck up the near boards, and it will come back an icing. with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in regulation. And the Hens with an attacking zone faceoff coming their way. 2 goals in front, 210 seconds to get through. Guido was in for the draw. Shotford cleared. Up the middle comes Chase Malloy. Slap shot from 45 feet. Saved by Jacob Snellenberg. Follow-up chance came from Evan Sala. It was blocked. High in the zone. There's Malloy again. And there to meet him once again is Jacob Snellenberg for save number 36. There was the blocked shot. That was blockered behind. Follow up out the other side. Snellenberg hangs on. .305 to go in regulation. Sidoriak clears. Puck batted down at center by Joey DiTullio for IUP. It's walked in up the far side by Maddox Rierick. Drop pass to nobody. Where's the puck? It ends up behind the goal of Delaware on the stick of Berg. Sidoriak works this up the near boards, giving it away to Sala. Final 2:22 in the third period. Giveaway in the Delaware zone. Maddox Rierick, who's got a goal and an assist so far, got the initial shot off. The follow-up from wide is held by Snellenberg. We'll keep an eye on the IUP net. It is now empty with 2:01 to go. In regulation. Quick shot, quick save. The face-off to Snellenberg's right goes the way of the Hawks. Glavich left the puck to Sinicki, whose shot was steered wide. High stick played on the puck. Ultimately forces IUP to regroup in the neutral zone. 90 seconds to go. That empty net, 180 feet away. Gould clears. 72 seconds remaining. Gould again. Kutch plays the body. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Glavich up the middle, stonewalled by Gould. Rodriguez gains the puck. He lofts it into the netting. Behind the empty net with 50 seconds to go. Delaware will be back in action. Tomorrow against IUP. And the Crimson Hawks are going to take their timeout. So will we. Timeout, IUP. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
Watching the game or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's, made only with the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Back inside Fred Rust Arena, the face-off, there you see it, spotted to the left of Jared Stahl, who's back in the game, 50 seconds to go. Hens off the shot, getting themselves an attacking zone face-off, trying to put a bow on what stands right now is a 4-2 hockey game. One-timer from Guido off the Luppy setup was sticked away. Final 25 seconds. Sidoriak interrupts an outlet pass from Jace Rierick, intended for Glavich. Here's Jace Rierick in up the left dots, recording the 42nd IUP save, or the 42nd IUP shot. And a scrum develops in front of the Delaware net shortly thereafter. Face off to Snellenberg's right. With inside 10 seconds to go, Nima and Glavich. Puck is loose in front. Extra attacker back on for Indiana. Final 3 seconds. Shot from the point. And Soy held on to by Snellenberg. Just 1 second to go. .42 final face-off will be merely a formality as Poling drops the puck and the final horn sounds to signal the conclusion of a 4-2 Delaware win. The Schneid is over. Tonight's final score, your Delaware Blue Hens 4. Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks 2. Final shots on goal, Delaware 30, IUP 43. Fans, it's time for the Sid's 3 Stars of the Game, presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Tonight's 3rd star, with a goal and an assist for the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Crimson Hawks, number 24, Maddox Rierick. Tonight's 2nd star with a goal and an assist for Delaware, number 26, Brian Ostrander. And the number 1 star of the game, with a 41 save victory, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. The Blue Hens and Crimson Hawks will meet again tomorrow. Game time 5:30 here at Fred Rust Arena. Airtime on Delaware Hockey Night TV, 5:15. One last time, the final score. Delaware Blue Hens 4. IUP Crimson Hawks 2. We'll break away here on Delaware Hockey Night. When we come back, it'll be at the top of the 9 o'clock hour when the Delaware Men's Division II team looks to make it 5 in a row They'll square off against the Black Knights of Army. Puck drop scheduled for 9:15. For Josie Billett, for assistant producer Joe Sindoni, Ray Catolo, Molly Jo Rosen, Curtis MacDonald, Leighton Worthy, Rod Allums, the entire DHN crew. James Witherite saying thank you for your company. We'll do it all again tomorrow from Fred Rust Arena for the Division I Blue Hens and the Crimson Hawks. The men's Division II team is just around the corner in 43 minutes.